Hi guys, I want to apologize to previous videos that were upright. I didn't realize that it made these black panels on the side. That's my mistake. It's been a long time since I've done this YouTube stuff, so apparently things have changed. Used to not matter which way you did your video, it would just be normal. But so now I will do them sideways so they're nice and wide and beautiful and easier to see. I wanted to actually do a quick video on Lughnasadh. It's our next holiday coming up. I know it's a difficult one for people to to celebrate sometimes because it's not one that's, you know, a big celebrated, I don't know how to word it, commercialized. I guess it's not commercialized at all. There's really no equivalent to it in other religions as far as Christianity or, you know, mainstream religions go. It's kind of its own thing. So, I kind of wanted to share my own personal ways of celebrating it. Maybe give you some ideas. Because, you know, I don't think it has to be as complicated as people like to make it. Like, I usually do, you know, my normal outdoor ritual. But I like to expand it beyond just one day of, you know, one ritual, no activities, you know, that. And I'm also trying to solidify my practice now that my group's no longer together. I'm kind of focusing more on trying to create my, sorry, I'm rocking the baby down here, so you stop crying. I'm trying to solidify my practice so I have a more solid foundation to pass on to the boys when they get older. You know, since I'm not practicing in a public group anymore. Is that funny? That way I can make a tradition for them. So when they're older, they can be like, yes, my mom always did this, this, and this during these holidays, so this is what I'm going to do with my children. So Lughnasadh's one of those unique ones, like I said. It's okay. It is what you make of it. The way I celebrate so far is pretty minimal because my boys aren't really old enough to participate much in stuff. Parker's still, you know, he's only 2.5. It's okay. It's okay. He's only 2.5, so, you know, he's in the exploring and all that stuff, but he doesn't understand if I try to explain something to him. You know, his brain hasn't developed to that degree yet. And the baby, obviously, he's only, what, 4 months old now? He's just rolling over. He likes to chew on his hands. Very short attention span. He's getting cranky and tired, so he'll probably be whining down here a little bit. I'm trying to get him to... So, anyways, one thing I wanted to mention is a big part of what I do to celebrate is we go camping for a week. It's like our big deal for our household because we don't really go anywhere. We don't go on big extravagant vacations. Camping is pretty as minimal as it gets, but I enjoy it because it's my time to unplug, get back in tune with nature. You know, I get my boys out in the wilderness. They're not in front of the TV. I'm not in front of my phone or my computer. I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about household responsibilities. Like, it's just me and the family, you know, and focusing on what's really important in my life. And, you know, there's something different about being up north. Like, at night you look up and you see so many more stars than you see at home because we don't have the light pollution as we got down here. Like, it seems like we got a billion more stars up there. It's so pretty, so peaceful, and it's nice to live my life, you know, by the rising and setting of the sun versus a clock. I don't think I ever look at my clock when I'm there. I just go, okay, it's getting dark out, time to get ready for bed. I wake up when, well, I used to wake up whenever I woke up, but now I wake up when the baby's waking up. So, it's okay, Pumpkin. He's getting tired. Getting tired and cranky. So, you know, like I said, that's our big thing. And I know a lot of people are like, you know, I can't afford camping or I can't afford to go anywhere, but it's not like we really spend that much money because we're smart about it. Like, we plan it every year because we know it's coming up, so it's not like it's a big shock or last minute decision. I have a plate, which I'll show you in a later video. Hey, be nice. We have a plate that we put our spare change in. It has, you know, I have a certain significance you know, I'll talk more about it when I actually show it to you, but basically we put our spare change in there throughout the year. We save up all of our pop bottles, we bag them up, and then we turn them in. Well, right now we just did it for this year. We just turned everything in. Sorry, I had to adjust the baby. It's good. Oh my goodness, stop. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to tame the beast over here. He's tired, but he's getting distracted at the same time. Would you focus on what you're doing here, child? Oh, so I'm trying not to let him scream in the background. Oh, sorry, what was I saying? Okay, pop bottles and spare change. That's what we use to pay for our lot. And we save it the whole year, so it's kind of like mindless saving, or we're not really struggling much to do it because it's, you know, stuff that we're using anyways. You know, I'm not the one drinking the pop, but there you go. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust this kid. So pop bottles, it's mostly because of my spouse. He drinks a lot of pop, so I just save the bottles. We turn them in. And then I also don't carry cash usually, but he does. He every day goes out to the store and, you know, buys stuff at the gas station. So he's always got change in his pockets. Plus I wash laundry, find change in there. Like, you find change everywhere. And it's just, you know, simple, mindless, throw it in the change plate, you know. And then once a year, that's when we bag it all up, count it all up, and see what we got. And most of the time it's enough to cover our camping lot and usually most of the food. Or lately we've been using it to pay for 2 lots because we bring my in-laws kind of as a thank you for babysitting, because they do the majority of my babysitting. So that way I can work during the evening and my fellow can work during the day. A lot of times, like, our schedules overlap, so we need somebody there for just a couple hours, and they're able to do that for us. And so that's our, like, I can't afford a babysitter / daycare. Like, there'd be no point in working. Basically my whole check would go towards that. So, you know, they help us out in more ways than I can count on my hands. So that's the least I can do, is bring them. And plus it's nice to, you know, like I said, unplug and get back to what's important and spend time with family. You know, and it's been in my my fella's tradition of his family for years. Like, his grandparents used to go, his parents would go, he goes, and now we're bringing the boys. And I'm hoping that, you know, when they're older and they have kids, they'll also bring their children up there, and, you know, etc., etc. It's just a simple, nice thing. You know, we enjoy it. We look forward to it all year round. And, you know, what's better than camping? You know, we live in Michigan, and, you know, there's so much wilderness. There's the Great Lakes. We usually take a day trip to Tawas, and Lake Huron's right over there. So that's the it's the warmest of most of the Great Lakes. So that's where I like to go the most. And, you know, it's just beautiful up there. So, anyways, family tradition of camping. You know, that's part of how we celebrate. Around home, like I said, we normally do a main ritual, and usually it's centered around giving thanks and about prosperity and abundance, and, you know, on top of, you know, the abundance of the garden and, you know, our plants, abundance of having the money saved throughout the year to go camping, being able to share that with the rest of the family, to have the whole family up there. You know, that's kind of what I like to center our stuff on. What else? Usually when I set up my altar, I like to use a lot of sunflowers for Lughnasadh, because to me, sunflowers just scream summer to me. And I have, like, huge ones, like about that big around in my big garden. I plant them along the edge of each row. So, you know, it just kind of ties in with my plants that I have out here. Which they're still growing. They're only a few feet tall right now, but God, the stalks are like that big around, like they're enormous. But I also have marigolds, which I have planted around my celery and my lettuce to keep the animals away. Plus I use cayenne pepper, but that's like a whole nother mess. But I also like to use those on my altar because they're very summery. They're orangish, reddish colored. It's also, I like to harvest my herbs, or at least some of them. I have a little herb garden out behind my little house, which is my little temple, but it needs work. Like, I was actively using it. I don't know if you can see it. Where's it at? There it is. Oop, oop, there it is. My little house. It's like a little 500 square footer. I had it all set up as my witchy room. More rooms, because there's technically 2 rooms in there. But we had a little mishap with the plumbing inside, so it kind of damaged a lot of stuff, and I need to do some repairs before I move all my stuff back out there. But, anyways, there's a herb garden behind there, which has my lavender, my sage. I have asparagus growing. I just planted some cilantro. I have lemon balm. On my porch, I have peppermint and my rosemary. And like I said, I have marigolds. Ooh, I'm losing your bubba. You know, etc., etc. You know, I like to go through my yard and try to harvest what I can for the first harvest. And I dry them out. And then I down in the basement, I have all these cabinets, and I have my jars of all my herbs. Which is kind of nice to keep all my stuff there. Child, you cannot roll over. It just keeps trying to roll, and it's not going to work. Well, I'm sorry, baby, but you can't roll over. This kid, he's making me crazy. He wants to eat this bottle in the most impossible of ways. Okay. So, like I said, I also like to celebrate like the whole month of August, or throughout the month of August, or between August and Maybon, which is the end of September. So I know that we usually end up having a county fair sometime around August something, plus the Renaissance Festival. I'm not super big on the Renaissance Festival just because, you know, I don't have a nice costume, and I don't know. It's just, I'll go, but it's not like, oh, I gotta go. I'd rather go to the county fair, because then, like, with the kids, it's a little more fun because they got the animals, and, you know, they got monster trucks and games and, you know, rides and all that good stuff. So, you know, going to the county fair is another good way to celebrate with the family. Oh my goodness, child. You're making Mama crazy. Oh. You're not jumping out of your seat, baby. This kid, he just learns how to roll, and that's all he wants to do, and he cannot roll out of his seat. Okay, so other things you can do is bake bread, which is one of the most popular things to do just because it's usually a grain festival, grain harvest, etc., etc. Why are you so angry? Why are you so an angry boy? This kid, hold on a minute. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. Cranky baby. Let's see what I say. County fair, camping, baking bread. They say visits to fields, orchards, lakes are good. You know, so I'm like taking the kids to the beach would be a good idea. I've only taken them once so far just because I wanted to try out their floaty thing just to see how they'd handle the water. The baby did great. Parker did good. He has a new outfit to float in since he's too big for the thing that the baby sits in. That's what he used last year. But he actually did pretty well. We ended up having a big storm though, so we didn't get to stay really long, but you know, it's still July, so I'm like, we can still go to the beach plenty of time before fall hits. Like I said, I like to deal with the herbs and pick berries because we got blackberries ripening right now as we speak on all my, I got a whole bunch of, they're like along the edge of my yard, and then I have one like in the middle of my yard that's pretty full, but the rabbit keeps eating the lower ones, but the stuff on the top's pretty good. Another thing that, you know, as the kids get older, I would like to make a little more regular in what we do. So ideally, what I would like to do is we do our week of camping, and then sometime like during the rest of the month, or, you know, it could just all be in the same day, or we could stretch it out for a few weeks, or I don't know. You seeing the pretty angel? Let's play with my statue. You talking to her? She's beautiful. Sorry. So one thing I like to do, like, we of course do ritual in our circle once I make an actual circle out there. I've got plans. I just got to do it, which I might have to send the kids off a day to be able to do it uninterrupted so I can actually get it finished. I hate to start it and not finish it. But you could also, you know, incorporate the day you do the ritual. You could do a bonfire, have a family over for barbecue, you know, summer stuff. You take them swimming, you can go out in the boat and go fishing. What else was there? Oh, eventually when the boys are old enough, I plan on doing backyard camping, because our yard's pretty huge, and like I said, out past these trees there's the field with the garden and the fire pit, so they can just pop their tents out there, or they can have their fire, their s'mores, you know, have the boys camping, whatever. Feel like they're up north, but they're not up north. I used to do that. You okay? Here, how about you come in this one? Hold on a minute. Oh my goodness, sorry. I hate having to keep stopping, but that's the life of mom. So, I think that pretty much is it. You know, it's just basically whatever you think of summer. It's like incorporating your summer activities, or your summer bucket list, or your summer to-do list. Like, that's pretty much what I think of with Lughnasadh is, it's summer. So celebrate summer in all its glory. Go swimming, go camping, you know, go on a boat ride, pick your berries, do your herbs, etc., etc. So that's all I got for you. I'm going to stop this video because I'm not going to try to make it again. This literally is like the 6th time I've done this video, because I have to keep stopping because of crying babies and toddlers getting hurt and dogs wandering off or eating grass. Stop it. Thank you. So, adios. I'll talk to you later. Happy full moon, too. That's today. Don't forget to put your rocks out. Bye.